What's up, guys? Charles Bernard from Storm Performance, and today we're going to give you 3 tips for relievers. Reason for that is that I have been acting as the closer or reliever for my team this summer, and I have done it a good bit last 2 seasons. So these are the main takeaways that I have from that as a closer at the college level, and I want you guys to be mindful of this and consider that if you have to act as a reliever and you're struggling to find a rhythm, or you're struggling with certain things, or if you're not struggling but you just want maybe a couple tips, these are things that have helped me the most. So the first thing is eliminate pointless throws. The reason for that is that it's really easy as a baseball player, especially a pitcher, to just throw the ball all the time or throw the football around or do all those things. I'm not saying to eliminate these from your routine, but what I'm saying is with the limited amount of throws that you have in a day, right? Everybody knows that baseball players can't throw 1,000 throws every day and still be available. So even though you can feel like you're feeling good on a certain day or whatever, your goal is still to be available as much as possible, right? As a reliever, you want to be able to pitch in every single game if you can. Obviously, it's not going to happen, but we want to get as close to that as possible. And by you doing pointless throws on days that you're feeling good or whatever, and you're in the outfield and you're shagging before the game during BP, and you just keep throwing overhand and just keep throwing, like these throws accumulate, and all of a sudden your workload skyrockets, and you're like, why the fuck is my arm so sore? Well, because your volume went up 300% because you just don't care about the throws that you're doing. They don't seem to be things that matter because you're in your head, you're like, these are not high intensity throws. But when you do 50 of them or 100 of them every day, these accumulate over time, and then after a month, it absolutely destroys you because it's like the culmination of all that is an outstanding amount of throws. So we want to make sure we eliminate those. Football is great. I love the football. I'm not saying to not throw it. I would definitely throw it, but don't be throwing it for 2 hours. Definitely learn something that I learned when I was hurt was also throwing underhand, like a softball pitcher to the shagger. And this is something that I still do to this day. And just these throws are perfect. They'll save your arm. Whether you're sore or you're not sore, you're feeling great or not, like these are things you can do. Catch the ball in left field, flip that underhand, roll a nice little ground ball to the shagger, and everything's great. You haven't thrown, and you're not destroying your arm for that. So this is my first point. The second point, and probably the most important, and probably the thing that pisses me off the most about guys that don't do it, is get ready fast. All right? You have one job, like I said, is to be available every single day. And sometimes you have straight sequences where you might never play for 4 straight games, 5, 6, 7 games in a row. You haven't played. And then they call your name. You go get ready. And then you go and you do your plyos and you do this and you do that. And you need 24 fucking pitches. Like, dude, get ready. You have one job, is to be ready so that we can put you out there and that you can help the team. But if you're not ready, you're not helping the team. So you need to go out there and get ready fast. The most important things to remember, you have 8 pitches when you go out there. So these 8 pitches, they count in your warm-up, right? So if you need 20 pitches, you only need 12, and then you have 8 on the mound. That's 20. All right? So you don't have to be ready when you say you're ready and you lift your hat, right? You can just go. Second thing to remember is you're not wasting time up there, bro. You're catching, throwing. Also, if there are guys on base and you're going to get in with guys on base, don't practice the windup, all right? You have to be from the stretch because that's the situation you're going to be in regardless. So why the hell would you practice from the windup and then get in a completely different predicament? All right, so this thing, you can see that I'm getting a little bit emotional here because these are things that really, really get me annoyed when I see a pitcher take his time. It's like, yes, be ready. Yes, we don't want you to get hurt, but dude, go. This is your only job, is to get ready. And third, well, we're going to talk about that a little bit, kind of the same point, but train to be ready fast. All right. So how do you train to be ready fast? Well, if you're a guy that gets into the gym and you take 30 minutes to warm up before you get under the squat rack, well, this is not saying it's an issue, but it's going to correlate to you getting ready for pitching, right? If you always feel like you need something, well, then maybe you need to look at your training and be like, why do I always need something to be ready, right? I'm not saying that warm-up is not something that's necessary. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm like, at some point, you need to trust that your training got you ready for whatever it is that you want to ask your body. And so if you want your body to be ready in 2 minutes, then you have to ask your body to do that in training, and you have to replicate that in whatever activities you're doing off the field to train for baseball. All right, and also as well as your play catch and all that stuff, right? If you take 3 hours before the game to get ready, and then you're a reliever and you have 12 seconds to get ready, then how the hell do you expect to just go out there and throw 5 pitches and feel good, right? Obviously, you're gonna need more time. So we wanna make sure that we compress this as much as we can. We do as, obviously sometimes you'll have time if you know your role or this, and you're gonna throw X inning, obviously take your time, do whatever routine you need to do. But in a situation where, boom, we need you to go right now, you need to be ready, bro. You need to go like as little throws as possible and be ready as fast as possible. So if you need help with that, feel free to shoot me a DM, Storm Performance on Instagram, and it will be my pleasure to guide you through this journey, and maybe we can talk and give you a little bit of help if needed. My name is Charles Bernard. Write your own story.